I'll wait for the next question. Alan, a comment off my bat. Increasing the GST rate, obviously not going to happen in this term of government, but it would seem like the cleanest way of increasing the tax base, and ideally there's always promises about cutting all of the other indirect taxes and so on, which often doesn't happen. But from an economist's perspective...
From an economist's perspective, GST is an incredibly efficient tax if you put it on everything. And unfortunately, as part of getting it in, they basically had all sorts of exemptions. So one simple way that you would get a lot more money that would help fund a lot of things is put a GST on everything. So New Zealand does that, for example. You just have, and then if you want to try and increase the rate, then that's fine, you'll generate a lot more money. But I'd be really happy if you didn't increase the rate and just made it across the board. You probably remember, do you have it on cakes and all that sort of stuff. But if you just put it on everything, it then becomes a very efficient tax, because to some extent what's tending to happen is the consumers tending to buy more services and less goods, and that's, to some extent, GST is not so good in the goods area. So sure, from an economist's point of view, indirect tax pushed it up. I think one of the things that people don't realise is the top marginal tax rate. When I was in Treasury, it always had to be the corporate rate. Now Australia's got one of the top marginal tax rates in the world. But, you've got to basically get an efficient tax and get it going. So I think part of the procedure behind the budget, particularly in the 6 or 7 years out, is about, you make the states suddenly can't fund their expenditures, so therefore they're going to have to change something, and the hidden agenda was, let's change the GST.